everyone. Welcome to Risk Roundup. Advances in cyberspace technology deeply entangles individuals and entities across nations, its government, industries, organizations, and academia. While cyberspace brings us a new ecosystem, our collective dependency on cyberspace technology also brings us critical security risks that are proving extremely difficult to eliminate. Today, because of cyberspace, any form of theft, fraud, or exploitation can probably be perpetrated, programmed, or backed by a computer. As a result, today and every day, millions of people worldwide are being victimized by some sort of computer crime. Cyber intrusions and cyber crimes are becoming more commonplace, more dangerous, and more sophisticated. Moreover, the ease with which cybercrime crosses national borders and the deceptions that are employed by cyber criminals obstructs their identification and attribution. In addition, the lack of standards and conflicting legal framework across nations prevents cybercrime force from identifying and interrogating cybercrime suspects and apprehending them in a timely manner. To discuss complex challenges of cybercrime investigation further, and especially cyber blackmail, I'm delighted to welcome Dr. Hossam Morsy to this roundup. Dr. Morsy is a lecturer and trainer in cybercrimes investigation and internet safety in Police College and is based in Egypt. Welcome, Dr. Morsy. We are so very honored to have you on Risk Roundup.
Uh, Thank you, and it's my honor to join you in this event. So thanks again, and good morning.
Wonderful, Dr. Morsy. So, with the advances in science and technology, crime has evolved. How do you see the evolution of cyberspace transforming the very nature of crime further? How do you see it impacting the very fabric of our society?
Okay, in the beginning, when we talk about cybercrimes is improving, or we can say it's raising nowadays. It's raising its trend because the technique way of the criminals it's improved, and they try to improve it day by day, even second by second. So they can do a lot of things they couldn't do it before. So a lot of types of crimes. But when we see the major things, or the major target, or the aim of the criminals in all types, or most of types, we can see that it's information or data, personal data, information. They aim this data to get it, and then they blackmail the victim, or try to get benefit, even this benefit, money, sexual, illegal job. They force the victim to do it, and when we go through the subject today of blackmailing, we will find all the details clearly. But in the beginning, we can say that all the crimes, or most of the crimes, the cyber crimes, is going around the information, pictures, videos, sensitive videos, sensitive data. They can find it, they can get it, and then they threatening you, they blackmailing you to not to publish it, to not to send it to a husband, not to send it to spouses, not like that.
Yes, that is very true. So, I mean, it is believed that if you can imagine a form of theft, fraud, or exploitation, it is probably being perpetrated, or on the by using computer. Criminals are doing that. So, you just talked about the cyber blackmail. So, what is the nature of cyber blackmail or cyber crimes that are happening on the internet that are, these criminals are able to use blackmail because of that?
Okay, I come again about the so you mean that we want to talk about the why they doing blackmail, or
Yes.
what? I didn't
What
get
is
your
the,
point.
yes, I mean, you earlier you mentioned that they get sensitive information about their
Yeah,
victims.
the
So,
victims. Yeah.
what is the kind of sensitive information that they are getting that allows them to blackmail these victims?
Okay. So let's begin with the kind of victims. Victims is four kinds: institutions, women, and they are the most; children, they are the most dangerous criminal activity; and men in the end. So you will be surprised why men, and why how they blackmailing men. So let's go forward. When we talk about the institutions or companies, or there is sensitive data related to the industry, related to the activities of this institution. So it should be in the information system of the institution. If the criminal can hack this system, or can encrypt this information, or the information system which moderate or administrate the institution, which maybe it's multi-international company or something like that, like what happened in some countries. Large institutions is stopped working and lost millions of billions of dollars in 2 3 days until they solve the problem. They this criminal activity called the ransomware. They use a way of encryption, or encrypting the data in the institution by hacking the system and encrypt all the data with a way of encryption which nobody can decrypt this data except the criminal. So he's the only one who have the key. Then he asks them to send him money, or they will disappear, and let him with his encrypted data. So he should format all the system and make another new system. It will cost millions, and it will cost money, time, and it will cost, it will cause a lot of problems, a lot of damages in the activity of the institution, like what happened in England in the medical sector, which attacked by the criminals with ransomware, and they made a lot of mess in the country. So this is a kind of the victims. So
Yes,
the
you're absolutely right. That is very good, information you gave about how the large institutions are, being targeted, attacked, and they're blackmailed. But it's not only the large institution; even this individuals, any individual, or
yeah.
even universities or anybody, almost everyone, is a target right now, because as everything gets digitized and it's becoming increasingly easier to share every aspect of our life on social media, the
Yeah.
probability of the private matter, sensitive matter, getting into the hands of criminals and bad
Mhm.
people is increasing so rapidly. So I mean, you gave a very good current state of how large institutions are targeted. But what is the current state of cyber blackmail, cyber crimes, and cyber blackmail when it comes to individuals?
Yes, this is the other three kinds of victims. So when we talk about women, so they are the most victims. Most of the victims is women, because they like to take pictures, take snapshots, and send it to her friends, to her husband, to her spouses. To women like to see herself or themselves in beautiful picture, in beautiful frame. So they made a lot of videos, a lot of pictures, and send it to others. So if someone of the criminal, or if a criminal hack the account of any of the two parts of the communication, so he will get the pictures or videos which recorded. This is a way of getting this information, or this data. this pictures, videos. No, after that he will talk to the victim and tell her that I have your pictures and I will send it to whom and I will publish it on porno sites and something like that, and I will make you as a prostitute or something like that. He treat her, but the way of the criminals to threaten the victims is to push and pushing very hard on her in a short time to pay or to obey his orders, to make another pictures with ways he want to get it to sell it on the internet and the deep web, which is full of criminal activities, and they use it as a criminal scene or as a crime scene to because it's you cannot find the identity of most of the dealers on the deep web. So you can find porno movies, you can find the trade of guns, the trade of drugs, so a lot of criminal activities. It's already on the deep web, and they use also the cryptocurrencies to get the money, their money, because you cannot follow or track that cryptocurrencies except with another ways of very complicated ways of investigation to find the blockchain and track the blockchain with the number, and you cannot also find out what they did in that blockchain, but you can detect this blockchain. And then if you can find his device, the one who have the wallet, you can know what's going on the blockchain or his wallet. Except that you will not know anything. Okay, this is the way of women. So and most of women on the internet, exchanging their personal data and sensitive data, and they don't know. So here we can say that the awareness of what we are dealing with, what's the internet, what's the social media. It's very dangerous.
So you are saying, Dr. Morsy, that women are targeted more by these criminals than men and children?
Yeah, there is another type of victims, but now we are talking about the women. Now we can move to children, and children now is the most dangerous activity against them, dangerous violations against them, because a lot of violations it's increasing nowadays in the whole world. So the whole world is come together to fight. So we can if you heard about the a protocol or something like a convention which made in England to 2015 between England and United Arab Emirates to collect all search engines and all companies work internet service providers on the internet to these pornography pictures or videos related to children from the internet. So they made the convention, and then they made another meeting in United Arab Emirates on 2016. So 51 countries in this convention, joined this convention, and they agreed to prevent it or delete all this content from the internet. So they are moving forward, and they made a lot of procedures to do that. But still, it's a very dangerous crime against children. You know why? Because children, they cannot resist the criminal. They don't know how to resist, how to deal with them, with the threat, with the pushing of the criminal against them. Send me your pictures, send me your pictures. So what he can do, he cannot deal with it. Don't tell your father, I will kill you. He will be afraid. Not like adults. Adults, they know he cannot do that, so they can, consult another one, consult a father, mother, brother, something like that. The children will be afraid, so he will keep silent. You don't know.
Yes, that's very
And
true. I mean, a lot of these kids, they don't know what to do. I mean, a lot of them think after they are targeted, they think that their life is over. A lot of them commit suicide also. So this is a very critical security risk, emerging everywhere. But from your assessment, what are the drivers or engines of this cyber blackmail, and why does this cyber blackmail work? Because even if let's say, talking about children, or talking about, like you said, women are are targeted very aggressively. Even if they are targeted, but why does cyber blackmail work? Why are authorities not able to do anything, and why are they not able to catch these criminals and do something about it, rather than having this group of population, like women or children or even institutions targeted? Why are they not able to do anything?
okay, there's a lot of efforts to resist these criminal activities. But investigation is not 100% success. So there will be a loss. There will be problems will happen. So you told me in the beginning of the question, what is the engines of the blackmail? The engines what support these criminals to do their criminal activity. Why they can do that? This is what you mean, I think. So we can look in an overview on the criminal activities in the as a cyber crimes, we can find that most of the victims, their problems, they don't know how to secure their accounts, their social media accounts. So they just use it as you have a vehicle. You just start engine and go, and press gasoline and go. So you don't know what's going on the engine, what's going on in the background. You don't know. You're just a user. But if you are a user, only user, so you have to know how to secure your place, how to you know in, in, affect your privacy settings. So if you don't know that, so how you can use it safely, or use it in a very dangerous way. So that's why there is in the Facebook as the most famous social media network, Twitter, WhatsApp. So WhatsApp. It's most of the world use it. So do you know how to secure your account? Anyone who use it, all those millions know how to secure it? I think not. So that's why the people become victims, especially Facebook.
Yeah, so I think you made a very excellent point that all these crimes are able to happen because of the lack of basic
Yeah.
awareness and education about the computer security, how to
Yes.
secure your computer, or how to secure, what steps you should take when you go on social media, like you go on Facebook or any other, social media, or, even on WhatsApp, what you should do and not do. That awareness is not there. So that is the main reason that there is a growing number of cyber victims, and that the
Yes.
same goes for even when we look at the cryptocurrencies, as it goes forward, there are a lot of people losing their life saving because they just don't know how the basics of the computer security. And when
Yes.
you don't know the basics of computer security and you are trying to become your own bank, that means you're trying to go to put all your life savings into cryptocurrencies, then it's very easy for criminals to get hold of that and take it all away from them. So these are very complex challenges happening in every nation, not just one nation, every nation. And in
Yes.
addition, if you look at it, there is also growing number of web camera, that is like how you and I are talking, having this rounded discussion right now. There are a lot of people using camera on their computers for
Mhm.
doing many different things, and at that time they also become victims of the webcam, whatever is happening using the camera, and they are being blackmailed. And as I said before, a lot of them are killing themselves because their most private moments are being exposed online. So what are the effects from your assessments of cyber blackmail, and what can be done? What do you see in your country?
Okay. what I want to say is that this kind of crimes is not restricted in one country, or not only in one country, so it's global. So maybe the criminal is from here and the victim is from Spain, and the computers they use to as a as a tool to do the crime, or to make the crime activity is from another third country. So you will collect the data from a lot of networks in a lot of countries. So it needs, cooperation between security institutions and also judge institutions by a lot of channels, and there is conventions. The most important one is the European one, which made in 2001. 2001, yes, in Budapest. And now there is in the Arab countries the Arab Convention in cybercrimes to cooperate between all the stakeholders in it. But in the end, this blackmail, or we will come back to the blackmail as a cybercrime, or the most dangerous cybercrime. So we talked about the first engine of the crime, of affect the crime, or raise the number of victims. So there is another one, the victim himself or the victim herself. When someone find himself is have a lot of time and he don't know what to do, he's going to the internet and search and go and see that picture, see that. So try to go to the chat rooms and try to send someone hi, hello, how are that, like that. So the criminals is there. They try to catch these people and try to drag them and decept them, to talk to them, and then they cut their pictures by cheating them, and ask them to send the pictures, or only open this link. They send them a link. This link is to my pictures. You to know me very well. So if he press the link, all the device he used will be under control of the criminal. So he will take pictures, take videos for him and his place, and the whole day after, even the end of the connection between him and them and the other part. So as we said, that when I made a mistake because of I don't know what to do on the internet, the other one will use it against me. Why I made a mistake, or why I make a mistake, so it depends on what is the condition of the victim. The criminals know exactly what's the condition of the victim he deal with. He knows that. He can study that from his account, who he is, what he is like. And this will find it clearly in the fourth part of the fourth kind of victims. It's men. Man with a high position or a sensitive position, he don't know that the criminals know who he is from his profile. They check his profile and find what's the weak points, which kind of women he like, which kind of flowers he like, even everything. All his habits will be clear if he study his Facebook account or his account on the social media. Then he will go to meet him by give him a profile, or try to connect with him with a profile with a picture of a lady he like. And he know that he likes this type of lady, so he will go through. Then
yes, no, that's
he
very.
will lose, and then again
Yes.
he
So,
will
like,
lose his mind.
you are
He will
right.
not be able to think. So
Yes.
even he's a very cultural one. He's a very sensitive position. He's very known about cyber crimes and everything like related to. he will not be able to think. This is what happened on the ground. He will not be able to think. Then he will drag him until oral sex. So he will appear as a man. I'm a man. Send me what, or I will publish this video on your page, on your account, on the YouTube. So he will pay, and everybody pay. Okay, this is the fourth type of the victims. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, yes, you're right. That's very true. That is happening not just in one nation, it is happening almost in every nation, all nations,
Yeah.
everybody is a target and everybody is a victim. So, what can be done if someone is being blackmailed online, and what are the characteristics of a blackmail? How would, victims know that, they are about to get blackmailed, or, that they are becoming a victim to blackmail?
What he should do if he become a victim, isn't it? Okay. First, don't pay. Don't pay in any circumstances. If you pay once, you will pay forever. He will not stop. So you have to resist and stop. This is for for men and women and institutions, but not only children. Not children. Children cannot deal with that, because I will tell you what to do. But with women and men and the other type, uh, don't pay. This is the first rule. Tell the police or tell the authority. Make a report. They will deal with them in the beginning. Don't wait until find out, because will push very aggressively. Will push to make you cannot understand, not think. You will pay. When you pay first time, you will pay forever. He will not, and he will not stop. He will ask for more and more and more and more. If he stop asking money for time, he will go to another victim, and then he will come back. If the other victims cannot pay or will not pay, he will come back again, because you are afraid, so you will pay. This is the policy of the criminals. So first rule, don't pay. Second rule, make a report. After that, or the third rule, try stop the source of the information for the criminals. If you control your account, they didn't steal it, so you have to remove all pictures, all data from it, and try to secure it. Maybe the criminal did not download all the data. Maybe he got some of it, and now he's already happy that he has the account under his control, so everything is okay. Let the information on the account. So if you have a control as a victim, please delete all information from the account. He cannot recover it because it's on your device. Okay. The fourth rule: try to get any information. How can I send you money? How can I send you what? Where can I meet you if you want me to come and make sex and something like that? This is a kind of aims of targets of the victims, making sex, making money, take money. Force the victim to do a job like prostitution, like selling drugs, something like that, with pictures. You will force him or force her to go and give drugs to another one and get the money to him. So a lot of criminal activities could happen because of pictures, because of my video, which I put it on the internet. If I want to prevent myself or secure myself in the dealing on the internet, I have to not putting my sensitive data on a computer or a device connected to the internet. This is the main rule. Don't do that. Don't put the pen of the internet and the flash memory If you put your data on a flash memory, don't put together on the same device. Only one. If you want to check your data, put it on a external device and put it on the computer and check what your data, but plug off the or remove the connection internet connection. If you want to connect to the internet, remove the storage data with which contains the sensitive data. Don't put together on the same device because it's a dangerous behavior that maybe the attack criminal or attacker or offender or the cyber criminal he hacked already your device. So if you put together, he will get information from your device because he control it. And also follow the security procedures on the social media sites, social media networks. You use your accounts, secure it, and change passwords every 2 days, 3 days. Change the name of your profile from remove the capital letter, put something like that. Change the pictures because someone track with pictures. So if someone tracking you and monitoring you and try to get the opportunity to attack your account, so he will lose it. If you change the picture, you change the name, he will not recognize it. So this is a way to be on the internet. So there is another type of classification in the blackmailing. We classify the crime by the victim. So what about the criminals? We have two kinds of criminals. The first kind, he make it as a professional. He make the crime as a professional. He targeted any account for a beautiful lady or a young lady. He can see that she put her pictures on it, and pictures at her home, on the beach, something like that. He will go try to hack it and search in the messenger for secrets, for special photos. Some photos sent from one to one, something like that. And then if he find what he aimed to find or what he aimed to use to blackmailing the victim, he will go to her from another Facebook account and ask her to send him money on whatever cryptocurrency or whatever money, and send her a sample of the pictures. And of course, he is already on her account, so he know the contacts names, contacts, her father, her mother, her brother, her husband, her whatever the relation, her friends. So he will send this pictures, which is naked or something like that, to them. Then it's a big problem for her. It's something like shame, and she will not be able to talk to anybody about that. If she's very courageous, she will talk. But most of them, they not talk. They will pay. They pay.
Yes, so I hear you saying, you are saying that under no circumstances you should pay any ransom. That don't pay because they will keep coming back to you. And from what you are saying, don't put a lot of details about yourself on social
Yeah.
media, like who is your family, who are your friends. Try not to, put a lot of personal information that hopefully would help the criminals. It will prevent the criminals
Mhm.
from not targeting you that aggressively. But so looking at all this, it looks like there is, even if you are somebody becomes a victim, that they have to, even if they want to go to the police and get for help, they need to gather some evidence, they need to gather some digital evidence. So do
Mhm.
you think, like you just talked about some digital evidence, but do you think this digital evidence and is similar to gathering electronic evidence? Do you think everyone needs to be aware about what kind of information they need to collect before they go to the cops? Because not all the information will remain on their computer. once the this criminals come to know that probably this person is going to go to cops, so how quickly they should collect all the evidence, and how quickly they should gather all the data and give it to the police department.
Okay. First, we can take a snapshot of the messages which sent by the criminal. But if he disappeared, so we have or the investigators have another ways to find the information about him. So, the moderator or the owner of the server of the site, like Facebook site like that, he keeps or it keeps the information of the people who connected each other or who made this account, who is the owner of this account. So we can go to them and find the information. They will give it to the police authority. But he should get snapshots of the messages he sent to him, especially the photos or videos. He can take snapshot to make a relationship between what he's saying and the crime he told or report about it. The other issue that digital evidence is already on the operating system. All operations happen on the computer, or sending or receiving or going through the account. So there will be a reference in the system files. Will depict the IP address of the one who get in, and also another information will lead the investigator to who get in. But like I will give you an example, like Facebook. Facebook, if you have the control on your account and someone spy on you, you can go through the settings and find a button that you press it, download information or information download. If you make this button, if you press it, he will download a file. This file include all operations or all trafficking of data for this account, from outside to the account, or from the account to outside social media account. So if you check it, you will find the IP address and the kind of device, which is strange. You do not use it. So this is the one who hack your account. So this IP address, when you give it to the internet service provider, will tell you this one is what his name and his address also.
Yes. Is it easy to collect this evidence, or
Yeah, this evidence is easy.
very difficult?
No, it's easy. This evidence is easy, but the other one, which is in the system files, need tools, because it's in a 0101 shape, so you cannot read it. Electronic evidence, it's like a picture, it's like a video, it's like a chat. So it's already on the screen of the device. You can read it, you can see it. This is the electronic evidence, but digital evidence, it's in a numeric shape, so it's 0101. It's the language of the computer. No one can read it except tools. It's especially for this investigation purpose.
Yes, very true. What patterns do you see of this cyber blackmail across nation, not just in your nation, but in every nation? What kind of patterns do you see emerging?
We talked about the institutions and children and women and men.
Yes.
I talked about the blackmailing men, and there is gangs targeting men to get money. Mostly it's money.
I see. So it's the pattern is always about the money. It's
Uh-huh.
every cyber blackmail
And
that
sex.
is
And sex.
emerging is focusing around only the money part. Is that what you're saying?
No, only not only the money. For men, it's only the money, and there is another target or another aim. It's if you are a boss, if you are a minister, if you are one of the someone have has a sensitive position in the ministry or in someone or in any institution, big institution or in the authority, I get pictures on you, pictures for you when you making all six. So what can I get from you? He can get anything he wants, even decisions. So we can say that the mafia can use it to affect or to force people to take decisions for their aims or their purposes, criminal purposes. So even judges, even police, even authority, if they got pictures for you, for your children, for your wife, for any supposes, they can force you to do what they want to do. Set someone criminal, you should execute him. As a judge, you'll set him free. So, or they will publish these pictures for you when you were doing sex, oral sex. So you
So
get
it's not always about just to get money from them using cryptocurrency, but it's also about making them do what you
yeah,
want to do, like sending you sensitive information.
yeah.
It's about intellectual property or about spying on another country or all kinds of things. So it's not
Everything.
always the blackmail is not always about the money. It's about many different things. That's what.
And also making sex. They can ask a woman, he like it or like her to come to him and make sex. And we have a lot of cases in many countries. And this is another kind of criminal. This one is he's targeting someone. He's not going to do the job as a job. He's doing the job because I like this woman, so I want her, so I'm tracking her. And this kind of criminal is very dangerous because he will not give up easily. He should be catched unless he will continue. He will not stop.
Yes, very true. So, how do these criminals identify their victims? What are the methods that they use to decide? Okay, let me target this person. What is the process behind that?
Okay, what we are putting in our social media accounts, we will attract criminals. It will attract criminals. What we are putting, our pictures, when we are in the on the beach or home, on the bedroom, wherever, even in the messenger. Messenger contain privacy, some private or sensitive pictures or videos. We think that we are that this is very secure or it's very has a privacy. No, it's not has a privacy because you can hack the account very easily, especially if you using a browser has backdoors, many vectors, and we have browsers as have vectors, so he can use these vectors to go inside and find the platform and go involved in the platform and find all information. For example, Google. Your Google account has a username and password. The platform. If you type www.google.com/platform dashboard, sorry. So he will ask you, the account will ask you, or the site will ask you to put your the password. If you put the password, you will find all your activities on the internet inside, even contact number on your mobile, even location, even your movements every day, and how much time you spend in each place you visit, and when you visit it, and what kind of transportation you use to reach your destination every day. And he can imagine what place you, where you work, where you live, where you spend most of your time. This information is already on the platform or on the dashboard. If someone can hack the dashboard, he will find all your information, even your habits, even your videos you watch, videos you search about, any site you search about, he recorded in that dashboard. So it's a container of the all your information and password and cookies. So if he reach it, he will find all what he want to find and blackmail the owner of this information. Is it easy to hack this browser? Or, yes, it's easy. So it's very dangerous. So I advise the audience to go through their accounts on Google and empty it. Don't put don't leave your information sensitive, all your information on this dashboard, because it's very easy to break and go inside and find out all information I want, even the cookies. So someone, when his account is hacked and return it back and he find it and change the password, he find the criminal attacked it again and hacked it again. So what's going on? What can I do? Because of the browser. Browser is has the browser has a backdoor. So the criminal knows the cookies. The password you put, he will know it, and he will go inside the account. So you know, it's all it's related to security, related to what we should use to spend our time on the internet. What browser we should use? Is it safe or not? Can be hacked or not? Everyone talked about Apple is more secured and Android is not secured, and you know all of them has problems, and the developers making every second development for all systems
Yes.
for security.
Yes. Yes. So, is it easy to prosecute? What challenges countries face, nations face when it comes to these extortion crimes?
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of problems related to the legal concept, because of the difference of the laws in each country. But they try to take these problems, or try to come over these problems by making conventions like Budapest Convention, or like the Arab Countries Convention, and other conventions of cooperation to make it easy to track criminals, because they are doing the job or the crime on their laptop or their mobile phone. Maybe they use it in a cafe. So how you can track them? A lot of challenges, and how we can make a proof of the evidence. We collect evidence. So is it proved or not? Is the law is authentication, or authentication of the collection of the data? I got a snapshot from the message of the criminal send it to me. So it is proved in the law. If the judge see that picture, he will say, "Yeah, this is an evidence." No, no, no. I'm not. This evidence is not correct. Maybe you make some changes on that evidence. So, what's the rules of authentication of the evidence? So it needs more efforts between nations to make something, something special between them. But we have something stable related to the Interpol. The Interpol is doing a good job on that, because the Interpol, it's most of the countries. I think all countries is signed on the convention of the Interpol, so he can deal with all countries, but in the security method or security way, but the legal way needs, another procedures. It's very complicated because it's related to the country and its government, and what we allow and what we don't allow, what the authority of the country will allow the other country to do on her ground, on her land, or the no, 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 I will not allow you to come and catch criminals or detain them or something like that. No, I will not agree on that. You cannot go without its approve of the authority in this country. So this is a kind of problems. But negotiations and diplomatic issues will solve it.
Yeah, so how to combat cyber blackmail then? I mean, you talked about all these different complex challenges going on, but what can nations do for to combat or to prevent this cyber blackmail, or if it happens, then to manage it in a most possible way where the victims are not further damaged, or where the cascading effects don't happen, because any event, any security challenge doesn't just happen in silo. If somebody is blackmailed, then it could have repercussions, many more events that can happen. So how can nations combat cyber blackmail?
Okay, first they should cooperate together. They should exchange data related to criminals and try to make the job of the investigation is more easier, to give them authority to come to this country and this country and this country and make working groups on that kind of crimes. So if the criminals find that the authorities in the whole world has cooperated to face them, to catch them, to track them. So I think the trend of the crime, of this crime, will be reduced. But until then, so there is something related. Most of the challenges related to issues, diplomatic, like treaty with the similar treaty between countries, and something not related to security, but it's related to my authority on my land as a country. But most of the countries, or maybe all of them, realize that it's very important to cooperate, because if it is today on your country, tomorrow or maybe after 1 hour will be on my country. So in my country, so we have to cooperate to face it, because the danger is related to it's global. It's not related to one country. Part of the crime will maybe in country, as I said, and the victim will be in another country, and the criminal will in a third country. And maybe the criminal steal money or make bank frauding, and send money across the overseas in a lot of banks in a lot of countries. So how you can track it without cooperation between countries? So he will escape, and he encourage criminals to do the job. And this the simple the example I said, there is another way to hide his identity, the criminal, using VPN, like using a deep web. So what will we do if we not cooperate? So we have to cooperate in all of the crimes, because it's related to us. It's a global network, and you know the danger will not be away from the country, will not cooperate. So they should.
Yes, yes. So it seems so. We talked about what happens, when someone tries to blackmail, what needs to be done, and what steps should be taken, like, report the incident to the police, or don't pay any money, and, try to make your computer secured, and delete all the images and the information that is on that, and try to gather as much evidence as you have to give to the police about the person who is trying to blackmail you. But the question is, once you go to the police, are the police able to recover that those damaging sensitive data about the victims from the cyber criminals?
At least they can arrest the criminal and get the data he stole, or get the data he got from the, or he can use it against the victim again. So they go to the crime scene and or the place of the criminal when they arrest them, and get all devices which contain the data of the victim, and after that they delete it or swap it, because it's very sensitive for the victim. And I think the judgment in all countries will say, or make a decision to swap it, or to delete it, or to destroy all this sensitive data which related to the victim. But this is what we can do. But if something published on the internet, no one can prevent it from spreading. Because if you publish it in one site or one account, the account will publish it in hundreds of accounts. So how can you prevent it? No one can no one can make the time go back. No, and we have a rule: anything will publish on the internet, it will not be removed until the end of the world.
Yes, yes, that is
Yeah.
very true. So, what would you like to recommend? What would you like to tell or convey to our global viewers and listeners, not only about how to protect themselves, but also about what they need to do going forward so that they can prevent the cyber blackmail? They can make sure that, or to tell the law enforcement everywhere across nations what they need to do, how they should go forward if someone does get blackmailed.
First, to prevent anyone to blackmail you, be careful about your data. When you deal with your sensitive data, or data even is not sensitive, be careful. Don't use the device, or any device, to use your data. Don't put your flash memory which contain data on any device, any laptop, any mobile, because you don't know what's on that mobile. Second, don't use the open Wi-Fi in cafes and supermarkets and something like that, because this open Wi-Fi is putting you in a network, and all people using this network, this Wi-Fi, can see your device, and even one of them has a small hacking or spying uh, file. He can collect all data from all devices which on the network. So it's very dangerous. Don't use that public networks. Very dangerous.
Yes.
Treating your data, treating your devices. Even he want to put something spy on your device, he can do it, and you will not know him, because a lot of people use this open network. And after you leave and you're using another internet network or something like the internet line, he is already on your device, and he can use it, and he can control it from remotely. Okay, so this is very dangerous. This is open network. Internet. Also, the data which you send or receive while you are on the this open network, receiving or sending, encrypted. This is the option. It's not encrypted, so it's easy for any other one to interrupt it and read it. Okay, so it's very dangerous way to use it. Don't use the deep web. on your device which contain your sensitive data because it's very dangerous.
Yes.
Um, as I said, don't put the internet connection and your external storage device which contain your sensitive data in the same device at the same time. No. If you want to use the internet, remove the storage data, the storage device. If you want to use your storage device which contains sensitive data, remove the internet connection. But don't put them together on the same device because it's very dangerous. And also, we have to make the regular security procedures to, changing password, as I said, changing profile pictures, changing the browser I use from time to time. Because if the hackers hack the browser, this browser, I will use the other one so they cannot, or they did not hack it, so I can be safe. Not the same browser, so they hacked it already. So if I change the password, they will know it because they are already on the on the dashboard. They know the cookies sent to them, so they know everything. I think that this is important, very important, and also don't exchange sensitive data on the internet. I know that this is very hard, but the most secure way.
Yes, no, this is excellent recommendations, Dr. Morsy, and you are right that it is not easy. These are very, difficult steps to take, but we all must take for the safety and security of not only ourselves but also our families, our loved ones, and our countries. So we all need to, follow these recommendations and make sure that we prevent any kind of cyber intrusion in our lives, and we prevent the cyber blackmail. And if it does happen, unfortunately, then we do go to police office department and give them data so that they can help in preventing further cascading effects of this. So thank you so much, Dr. Morsy, for participating in Risk Roundup today, and we appreciate your thoughtful insight on cyber blackmail, and our global viewers and listeners will benefit tremendously from the information you provided on how cyber crimes and how cyber blackmail is happening across nations. So even if a single cyber blackmail is prevented or is investigated properly by the law enforcement based on the discussion we had today, this Risk Roundup dialogue has been of service, and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So, Risk Roundup, a global initiative launched by Risk Group, is a security risk reporting for risk emerging from existing and emerging technologies, technology conversions, and transformation happening across cyberspace, geospace, and space. We at Risk Group believe that risk management, security, and peace, they walk together hand in hand. Though security is related to management of threats and peace to the management of conflict, risk management is related to management of security vulnerabilities as well as management of conflict. And it is not possible to conceive any one of the three without the existence of the other two. All three concepts feed into each other. We believe that the security we build for ourselves is precarious and uncertain until it is secure for everyone across nations. Tradition becomes our security, so if we build a culture of managing risk effectively, it will lead us to security, and security will lead us to peace. Let's manage the existing and emerging risks together. For more information on the risk roundups, to watch the risk roundup videos, or hear the risk roundup podcast, please go to riskgroupllc.com, and do not forget to subscribe and share. Until next time, I'm Jayashree, host of Risk Roundup, signing off. See you next time. Thank you.